We're all very familiar with it. The Virgin Mary, her husband Joseph, a stable, a baby born, shepherds in the field coming to worship the king. But the truth is that's really only half of the story. The other half took place in a place we've never seen, but definitely is real and definitely exists. And so we're going to be portraying that part of the story today in our play. But just so that I make sure you all believe me, I'm going to read it from the Bible for you. This comes from Revelation chapter 12. And a great sign appeared in the heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. She was in labor with child. She cried out, being in labor and in pain to give birth. And another sign appeared in the heaven, and behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns, and on his heads were 7 diadems. And his tail swept away 1/3 of the stars of heaven and threw them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman who was about to give birth, so that when she gave birth to the child, he might devour her child. And she gave birth to a son, a male child, who was to rule all the nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up to God and to his throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared by God, so that there she might be nourished for 1,260 days. And there was a war in heaven, Michael and his angels waging war with the dragon, and the dragons and his angels waged war, and they were not strong enough, and there was no longer a place for them found in heaven. And the great dragon was thrown down, the serpent of old, who's called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. He was thrown down to the earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. And when the dragon saw he was thrown down to the earth, he persecuted the woman who gave birth to the male child.